All right, good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of Jason and Maggie's Plan of the Day and POWE. What could that possibly be? Plan of the weekend. And yes, we have plans which may change as a result of the weather. We'll have to take a look at the weather rock tomorrow morning and make a decision on what we do. But it might be too early for us to make a decision now. 24% chance of rain today. That's in the afternoon. And then I think I saw a 90% chance of rain tomorrow here in Virginia Beach. The real question is, what will it be like in Richmond? At the University of Richmond, because that's where we are planning to get to watch my son play some rugby. And first comment up there, some girl from New York City. Good morning. Thanks for joining today. Yeah, just thanks for listening. I feel like I'm on a radio show sometimes, because obviously can't see you guys. We're not really interacting, but I'm just here talking away, you know. And it's one of those things that I feel like I'm actually enjoying this, where I'm just chit-chatting away, talking to you guys, and sharing my thoughts, sharing what I've got on my mind, my experiences throughout the day, Maggie's experiences throughout the day, right? And what we've got planned for the day, you know, to of course include, because we've got video, the capability of watching videos. You guys can see what I've got going on with my drones and other stuff as well, because it's not just about the drones that I do. I guess this is more of a, while I've niched into, you know, the drone channel, which is, I guess, what a lot of the talking heads talk about. Read me a book. Love listening to you. Oh, thank you so much. To you as well. I enjoy your live stream show as well. It's very nice, especially because you can sing too. I, on the other hand, am not a singer. I don't like the sound of my singing voice. But yeah, what do we have planned for today? Well, head to the office first and foremost, of course. And then heavy admin. A heavy admin day indeed. I did bring my drone with me. Maybe we'll get a chance to fly at the oceanfront. Maybe not. We'll see. That's all, of course, to be determined. I've already got the airspace for the oceanfront secured for today. So if I did want to get in the air, I mean, take a look at the sky right now. Oop, wrong camera view. And take a look at the sky. It's bleh, you know. Nothing special about what we've got going on with the sky. Right, Maggie? What do you think about that? No response. So, yeah, to be determined, to say the least, of what we are going to do today at work. I know that my sales and marketing coordinator, Kendall, she'd love to have more videos of the tunnel from the outside and the building, and flying in on the building, because it's just additional footage that can be used for our social media. And of course, if it's, you know, we have the ability to get different shots. So today would be a good day to get, you know, that fly in on a cloudy day, for example. You know, fly in on a cloudy day. I've got a couple of fly-ins on a sunny day. Maybe I should do one for night. And just ideas that I keep coming up with and thinking about. Because for one, that footage is also marketing for my drone flying business, you know, for which I don't really have a name for other than just Jason Lavarius, you know. Jonathan Jackson, good morning. Thanks for joining as well. Appreciate you hanging out and just listening to me chit chat away. Appreciate that greatly, man. But yeah, just another talking head, so to speak, or another voice for you to listen in on during your commute into the work, to your office. In fact, I wonder if I were to get up earlier, go to work earlier, and do this drive stream, if it would be better from a, hey, let's listen to Jason on the morning commute at 07:30 instead of, the willy-nilly that I'm subjecting you to, and becomes simply an opportunity for you to listen in on, for both you and I. I like to think it's an opportunity. I like to think that I'm at a minimum giving you some value when you listen in on what I'm talking about. In fact, let's talk a little bit about value and values. I know it's that we've talked a little bit about it once before, but values are important from a standpoint of they help you drive your decisions. They help you. In fact, you know what I should have done? I should have mic'd up just so you could hear me a little bit better. Apologies. Didn't even think about that. I know, right, Maggie? Yeah, Dad. Should have mic'd up, Dad. So, but let's see here. Holograph1, thanks for hanging out this morning. Appreciate you. I'm surprised that you don't have that standard moderator blue jacket on your name at this time. And since I am on YouTube Live as opposed to Prism Live, it's easy for me to do the tippy tap taps to get you on, get you a blue jacket. Blue rich, that is. So, values. What are your values? Have you identified what your personal core values are? And they could be things that you live your life by. They could be things also that you strive to be. For example, my core values include trustworthiness, courage, loyalty, high standards, and kindness. 5 things. I've got 5 core values that I attempt to live my life by. Why are those important? Well, when I come across a decision that is difficult to make, how will doing this decision, how will performing this task or doing whatever I'm going to do fulfill my personal core values? In fact, for some reason, I'm trustworthy, which is a core value of mine also, but it's more than just being trustworthy. The term that I always use, and for some reason I think I was thinking of the Scout Law, which starts off with the Scout is trustworthy, but it's actually integrity is the core value. Honor, integrity. Are part of that also, and it doesn't have to be 5. It could be 3. It could be 10 core values that one lives their life by. But when your values are clear, your decisions are easy. And that's what it's all about to me. When your values are clear, your decisions are easy. And if you have a solid set of core values that you can lean on when you make those decisions, guess what? You can't go wrong. Particularly if an organization that you participate with or a company that you work for, if they have a set of core values, if you make your decisions based on those core values, no one can fault you for making that decision. So there's no wrong or right. I guess the wrong, decision would be you made a decision not based on the core values. So, for example, loyalty, integrity, and professionalism are the core values of iFly Virginia Beach. And whenever we come across, a tough decision to make, how does this decision, yes or no, left or right, do it, don't do it, fulfill the company's core values of loyalty, integrity, and professionalism? I would submit that our motto is part of those core values as well. Our motto at iFly Virginia Beach, for example, is excellence in all we do. And once again, that lends itself to, all right, is doing this really excellence in all that we do? Are we fulfilling that motto? Are we fulfilling our core values by doing this? If the answer is no, then you shouldn't do it. That's the bottom line. If the answer is no to fulfilling your personal or your organization's core values, then you should not do whatever that is that does not fulfill the core value. And so it's just something to live by, an idea. Sometimes, well, I don't know. Sometimes we don't follow the core values when making a decision, and then later on we look back on it and say, did that fulfill the core values? And you may say, no, it did not. And therefore, at least no one got killed, right? No one died in making that decision. At least that's the goal for one, if you have a decision to make. And sometimes decisions need to be made split second, where you can't do a full analysis of the core values. Guess what? That's okay. You made a decision, and that's what leaders need to do. Make a decision on what to do. They make the call, and they take responsibility and are accountable for that call. And they base their accountability, they base their responsibility, their duty on those core values. So that's why it really is important to have a set of core values. Now, I heard somebody once before said, well, I don't have any core values. Not having core values is a value, if actually, right? And for one to say that they don't have any core values, I think is, I think it's just someone just saying blah, 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 blah. They just want to, for the sake of arguing. Yet, in fact, they do have a core value, at least one. And that core value, when one likes to, I guess, throw fuel on the fire and make it burn hotter, so to speak, right? Is, I would submit that core value is they like to be a catalyst. Yeah? And I would say a catalyst, is it a negative thing or a positive thing? I guess it depends on how one thinks of it. I do my best to try to think of and be optimistic that regardless of what one does, there's some type of a positive outcome from it. At a minimum, I'm learning that I don't want to be that way, or I don't want to do that. Yeah? So there's a positive there. So regardless of whatever negative situation that you might come across, guess what? There's something positive from it. It's like my mom always says, it's a blessing in disguise. Or what's another phrase that they say, a silver lining, right? Looking for the best in a situation. I mean, when training would suck, when we're in the field and you're hungry and you're cold and you're wet and we're never lost, but we're waiting for a helicopter to come get us. Guess what? It sucks, but what could possibly be positive about that particular experience? I'll tell you. You got a cool story to tell later on. You got a real cool story later on. How you hitchhike a ride from a Russian helicopter in Afghanistan. Got you close enough to home base. As funny as it sounds, you got a cool story. And that is a cool story. That's another story for another day. But that was a fun day. That was for sure. But yeah, how bad did it suck for us, that we couldn't get picked up by our own people? And I was able to talk my way into getting, a ride closer to home base on a Russian helicopter. So, yeah, look for the positivity in things. Define your personal core values. And if that's something you've not identified yet, think about that. Maybe that's part of your plan for the plan of the day. Think about, what are your personal core values? How do you make your personal decisions? Molly, thank you for joining as well. Appreciate you joining. Yes, driving safe indeed. Doing my best to. So, yeah, define your core values. Maybe even if you've got your core values already set, redefine your core values. Maybe take stock and evaluate, hey, what are my core values? Write them down. What is your motto? Define your why. Oh, now that's another conversation for another day, I think. You know, maybe remind me about that for another drive stream. Maybe we'll talk about that on the drive up to Richmond. I mean, I thought it was a 3-hour drive, but I think it's got to be more like an hour and a half to, as that's a cool looking RV, Storyteller Overland. It's like all off-roaded. It's one of the Sprinter vans. That would be the minimum size of a RV that I would get. It would be one of those Mercedes-Benz Sprinter vans, and I would trick it out so that I can take it off-roading also, so it can hop a curb when I need it to hop a curb. You know, but take a look at this website. I think it's called Overland Trucks. They basically take Ford F-750 trucks and put a box on the back of it basically and turn it into a command center. That's what I want. However, that's out of my my budget at this time. A couple more years and I'll be able to make a down payment. You know, but that would be the way to go. All right, so yeah, that's an idea for you guys. You know, and maybe we could talk about it at the next drive stream or live stream. I might actually do one from the house tomorrow. If I do not go to Richmond, I'll stream from home, because I do have an idea that I'd like to share with you, and that's my everyday carry backpack, which, you know, has all the stuff that I require and need for, you know, the day, but it's got a big tear in it, and I would like to repair that and show you how I make that repair. I've got some ideas on how I could do it. I think the new idea that I thought of this morning is going to be the best way to make that repair. And so would love to share that with you at some point, you know. So cool cat, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate you. You scallywag, everyone's favorite rooftop Asian. It's my birthday today, sir. 51 years. Wow, rock on, man. Cool cat, happy birthday, bro. That's so cool. That's so awesome. 51 years old, half a century, just over half a century. So happy birthday. And yeah, I hope you do something really cool today, you know, and maybe take a video, at least for yourself, you know, at least for yourself with your drone. Do something cool. Go slay some people on PUBG, on PUBG. I think that's how you call it, right? PUBG. You don't say PUBG, PUBG. I think that's what the guys were saying, because I was talking about how you want me to play that game with you, and I'm like, no, I can't, because I'll get sucked into it just like I did with Fortnite. Although I did get really irritated with Fortnite yesterday, and I started reporting bugs every time this happened, because I don't know why it's stuttering or lagging or glitching, or, you know, I'd be run into the building, and then it puts me back outside the building. So I stopped playing that game out of frustration, as opposed to, you know, getting my fill of video gaming last night. But regardless, cool cat, happy birthday, my friend, and appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me this morning. So on that note, I'm gonna head on inside. That you've got my plan of the day. It's cloudy outside. I will try to fly, and if I don't drone stream it, then at a minimum you'll see the footage from that flight at some point. So many videos to edit, to go back and capture, but still working on the DJI FPV antenna replacement. Almost done. I think I've picked the score for it, you know, made the right music selections, at least for what I think might be suitable for the installation of this new antenna that I put on my repair antenna. So have a great day, everyone. Cool cat, happy birthday. Appreciate you hanging out and enjoying my talk show. My solo talk show. All right, have a great day, everyone. See you, YouTube.